Let's have a session on international markets. So why target, operate or trade in international markets? Well, the reasons are as follows. You might want to increase your sales and therefore your revenues and profits. It may be that you want to reduce the risk of only having one market. Potentially you sell to just one market and then there is a recession in that market, and that could be a problem for you. So operating in multiple markets will help reduce risk. You might want to make the most out of economies of scale, so more countries means more units of output, and that can reduce your average cost per unit. And likewise, you might want to make the most of your experience curve, is that more historical units produced, you might get better at producing that, and that will lead to lower average unit costs. So there's methods to entering international markets that you need to be aware of for AQA, and they are as follows. So number one is export. You might want to export to another country to enter that international market. Number two, direct investment. Number three, you might want to make an alliance. And number four is licensing. Let's go through each and the pros and cons. So the first one is exporting. So exporting is when a business produces its goods, services in the home country and sells it to other countries. And the advantages: increases the size of the target market. Manufacturing will stay in the UK, and that might aid quality control. There's less capital expenditure to set up abroad because you're simply locating in your home country and selling abroad. You're not setting up an operation in that other country that you sell to. Disadvantages: it may have limited knowledge of international markets, so you're not sure exactly how you need to tailor the product, for instance, to each of the international markets that you sell within. The products might need to be customized or specialized as a result, and you wouldn't be aware of that. You may not be doing that. And also, if you're selling abroad, you might be subject to tariffs or quotas in the countries that you're exporting to. And that's something that might lead to, in the case of tariffs, it will lead to a higher price that you are having to charge in that respective country, and that might lead to less demand for your products. Let's move on to the next one. So direct investment is the second one. This is when a business with headquarters in its home country sets up additional operations in another country. Advantages: the business retains control over its foreign operations. The profits are kept and not shared. That might be the case with the first 2 points there. If you were to make licensing agreement, then you might have to share your profits and you'd lose control over your foreign operations. So you don't get that with direct investment. Direct investment may allow you to seek vertical integration. It may be that you sell a product and you need to move to another country in order to secure the supplies for your product that you make, therefore reducing the risk in your supply chain. And that would be, of course, backwards vertical integration, or you might be doing it the other way, forwards vertical integration, when you're looking to secure your sales within your market. Disadvantages: well, it's expensive. High investment outlay. You're moving to another country and setting up operations there as well as in your home country. So that's going to lead to capital expenditure, high costs. It may be that in the new country that you operate within, that there might be different organisational culture. There could be pressure on the HR department as a consequence. You might want to think about Hofstede there, cards up there. The next method to entering international markets is alliances. Alliances is when the business makes an agreement with another business, probably international business, to pool resources in order to undertake a specific project. It could be open a particular brand or outlet in a particular country. Advantages: the business alliance is made with may have local knowledge. So you might be the UK business and then you make an alliance with a foreign business and you're doing it to pool your resources. But your resources is more than just finance. You might be bringing the finance to the table, but the other business within the alliance might have the local knowledge and expertise of where you want to do your specific project. The business alliance is made with may support issues with cultural differences. So likewise with local knowledge, they might have understanding of the cultural differences in terms of how you should market, how you should operate with management, leadership, HR, and so forth in that particular market. Two businesses might lead to synergies. Click the card up there for more details on synergies. But you might have to share your profits. Each business may have different objectives, and the objectives might change over time, and that might put a strain on the alliance. And also, trade secrets may need to be revealed within the alliance. It might be that one of the business needs to turn over exactly how they produce something or make something or sell something, and as a consequence, the other business within the alliance would learn that. The last is licensing. So licensing, the business makes a legal agreement to authorize another company to produce and or sell their goods or services in return for a fee. Advantage, the business gains access to an existing distribution network. Licensing fee revenues will be earned from the agreement, and this could be a low risk way to expand internationally. You avoid the issue of quotas or tariffs because you're licensing someone else, another company, to sell that good or service. Risk of brand being damaged, because if that business that you give the licensing to, they for whatever reason cause some reputational issues, then it could damage your brand. And you're only receiving a small proportion of the profits likely. It will be the other business that's receiving the majority in that particular region that they have the licensing agreement to sell with it. And it is common to offer exclusive rights within an agreement, so it's unlikely you would be able to give licensing agreements to multiple companies within the same country. Anyway, I hope that helps. I'll see you at the next session.